Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the best sports show you've never heard, Sportslogic. I'm your host with the most shine at the most job in Canada, and of course, I know it's been a long hiatus. I know y'all looking like, bro, all this stuff been going on. Where you been at? And I'm like, I know, I hear y'all. It's just I had to work, so I had National Guard. As you can see, I'm in the military, so yes, I had National Guard. I had to go away for a few weeks, and then come back and immediately jump into my jobs again, start getting everything in order, start getting everything set. That's why I've been gone forever. I'm sorry, so much has happened. Today I'm only going to cover a lot of NBA stuff. I'm going to cover a lot of NBA stuff, and then we're back on, hitting up every line for, multiple sports, especially like what Naomi Osaka's going through. Maybe we go back into baseball, we go back into soccer, but man, the NBA has completely overloaded everything over these last few weeks, and I have to talk about everything possible. Sorry, I couldn't even get the NFL draft reaction out, because the last video I made a video and immediately put it out. And then I kind of had to immediately pack and leave, and it just did not upload. So I guess this is the 4th episode. I had a whole episode planned and ready and made and created, and I was just gonna put it out, and it just chose not to. I had to change the space on my phone. My storage space was super low, and then I had to delete the video. I couldn't even put it out. It was like a week or two later when I had realized that, dang, that's the video I was trying to put out, and I couldn't even put that out. So I'm sorry, guys, but hey, I'm back. We back. Let's get into it, because there's a lot of NBA stuff to talk about. First of all, end of the season, the start of the play-in, how I feel as a Pistons fan. I'm happy. Sadiq Bey was really good. Killian Hayes, even though he suffered an injury, came back and looked really solid. I really like the play from Saban Lee and Isaiah Stewart. And now the Pistons are projected to be the 2nd overall pick. Projected. But if one lottery ball goes into that first spot, I'm going to be ecstatic. You already know I'm a Detroit fan. I know I ain't even got the stuff on, but hey, it's whatever, okay? That's neither here nor there. But hey, I'm ecstatic for it. And then the play-in, that was beautiful. I loved it. I loved the play-in. I mean, I barely got to see any of the games, especially with those middling spots between 7, 8, 9, and 10. You really don't know who you're going to face. And any one of those teams could beat a higher seed or a middling seed at any time. Even so, a team that's maybe won a championship but are kind of falling off can win in the first round or win in the play-in but get bounced in the first round. So everything that's going on, especially with, the Lakers, foreshadowing, is really, that play-in really helped it. I really liked how they did the whole Golden State thing. I really thought Golden State was going to get in there. They didn't, unfortunate. I really thought Boston would get bounced in the play-in. I thought Charlotte was going to make it. Didn't make it. I was like, nope. Okay, cool. And Indiana made a few runs, but just wasn't meant to be yet. And that was a wild play-in. Then we get to the actual playoffs. Crazy. Shocking. Bad fans, in the stands, popcorn on Russ, spit on Trey, Kyrie getting a bottle in the worst way, and a dumb fan runs on court. We just got off punishment, bro. What you doing? Like, have you ever been the kid that was on punishment for a long time? You got to do some chores in the house. You got to stay away from everybody. You're going back and forth to work or back and forth to school. You just, you can't hang out and you can't immediately do dumb stuff right after this pandemic. And people keep saying that the pandemic's not over. I think this is just a trial run. I don't know. I got the vaccines, so we'll see what happens in the future. I really hope that this doesn't continue, especially into football season, because you know I love football. But it's just crazy. It was crazy. We had to shut off sports for a few months. There was no fans in any of the stadiums. And then this is what y'all do as soon as we get back. Russell Westbrook was injured. Why would a fan even throw popcorn at him? Now, the spit on Trey is not, that's not called for. Why would you do that? You spit on Trey Young for what? And then just Kyrie getting a bottle, one of these, thrown at him while he's walking off the court. Now, I'm not saying his actions were justified either. He stepped on a court, or he stepped on the logo, stomped on a logo. I think he really hates Boston now. I think he's from there. I don't know. Is that confusing? Or maybe he played in Boston as a kid. I'm like, didn't you play in Boston? Or your dad was in Boston? Somebody in his life was in Boston. I don't get why now all of a sudden it's this animosity towards Boston. Now you saying that, well, the fans could be racist. Well, yeah, that happens everywhere. I'm not saying that as a society we should accept that. We shouldn't. But at the same jump, you can't be sensitive to fans because you know that they're going to boo you as soon as you get on the floor. You left them high and dry and lied to them. Like this. And I don't get why. I don't know. That's why I'm rooting against the Nets. I don't care. Lakers lost last night. Beautiful to the Suns. Trey Young is a villain in New York now. I love that. He hit a three. He hit a deep three and just took a bow in New York City. That is savage. Love that. I love that competitive nature. Yeah, Kyrie didn't have to stomp on the logo. No. Even LeBron was like, before that, there was another game. Lakers are down 30 with like 5 minutes left. And instead, he's leaving. He left the court. This y'all go? I'm going to talk about that later too. This y'all go? This y'all greatest of all time? What kind of greatest player does that? No. And it's just crazy. It's been a crazy first round. It's not even over yet. The last game is tonight. Hopefully, I want Dallas to beat LA. And then there would be no big teams. There would be no huge markets. All these teams who had to build through the draft or build through rosters or build their rosters up through free agency suddenly are in the forefront of the NBA playoffs. The Phoenix, the Denver, the Milwaukee, even Philly. I'm not saying that Philly's a small market, but they don't have that much playoff success. And I'm saying this because back in the day they did, but as of today they don't. And they having problems with Joel Embiid. And even with the Brooklyn Nets, before they were the New Jersey Nets, they weren't. I think they won a title in the early 2000s that no one remembers. Outside of that, terrible season after terrible season after terrible season. So it's different. There's no, hopefully if LA loses, which I hope for, There's no LA teams. There's no New York team, except for Brooklyn. And really, they represent New Jersey. It was the New Jersey Nets first, so whatever. There's not a heavy, big city, bright lights presence in the playoffs this year, and I love it. I love every minute of it. I love it. I want to see it. I want to see more of it. Sorry, but these players are gone. You know how the playoffs go. We just had Boston get rid of Danny Ainge and bring in Brad Stevens, and now they're looking for a new coach. We've had players upset right after the series was over, upset that they lost again, getting bounced in the first or the second or the third round, or maybe even the finals. They were just sick. They really wanted to hold that Larry O'Brien trophy, and they just couldn't. So they leave cryptic messages on Instagram or Twitter. Their names are brought up, or other players' names are brought up in trade rumors, and this person should be traded and that person should be traded, so on and so forth. Sorry, but these players are gone. Dame with a cryptic Instagram post after another first round bounce. It's been like 5 years. First round. I think it was two or three times against Denver. 1 year against Los Angeles. And everybody's saying, well, Dame was injured that year. Well, I mean, then that means that everyone else didn't step up on that team to at least acquire a few more wins. I know it's LeBron James, but still, like, that's not what you want to see. Especially, with all that going on, especially you bring in a Norman Powell, you don't really make any huge changes. This has got to be the year, Portland. I'm sorry. Either you get rid of Dame, or you get rid of CJ, or you get rid of both and just be like, all right, we're just rebuilding from here. I don't know, but you got to head in a different direction, because otherwise you're just that middling team that doesn't know how to break the ceiling, and that's terrible. Karl Anthony Towns on the block, I would love that. Some Lakers players getting traded. Andre Drummond is a bust. I talked to my cousin about it. I talked to some family members about it. I talked to everybody who roots as a Detroit fan and so on and so forth. Nah. Andre Drummond is a complete bust. Left Detroit upset that he didn't, that he wasn't re-signed to a bigger deal. Pistons had built that team for him to succeed, and it didn't. All he had to do was play better, because this was the team that we could afford to give you so you could win. And look, we had to trade you out. Whack. We had to trade you out. We got almost nothing in return because he was bad. He couldn't make his free throws. He doesn't practice post moves. He doesn't do anything on the court. Goes to Cleveland, plays for like a season. He didn't even play that long. Jared Allen comes in. JaVale McGee comes in. And they say, we don't need Drummond. Plus, he was already toxic on the court. He was still playing the same way. The guy who's bumping point guards out the way so he can secure his boards and not practicing free throws. To go to LA, you got LeBron James and Anthony Davis on your team. You were bought out by Cleveland. This is perfect opportunity to show, hey, I'm this guy. I'm that guy. No way you would want to trade me. You probably want to sign me to a long-term deal. He plays bad in the 5th game. In the 6th game against the Suns, he didn't play a minute. That's telling. Now, mind you, I really do think that Anthony Davis's doctor that was on the Lakers got paid like $500,000 and they sent him to Cabo. Like, he's in Cabo right now partying. He or she, I don't know who you are. That's so bad. That is so bad. They were like, hey, Anthony Davis is good. put him out on the floor, and then somebody handed him this bag of money and they was like, yo, you got to get out of here right now. Like, leave. You got to go right now. And he dipped. As soon as they jumped the ball, he was on his way to Cabo. Like, that was so bad, because that was no. But this is the perfect opportunity for you to sit here with superstar talent and really prove yourself as a center. And not only did you not do that, they don't have trust in you in clutch situations, in moments where you really have to compete. You were told, no, we don't even want you in the game. That's got to be demoralizing. That's demoralizing. He's a bust. Because if the Lakers, it's one thing for them to play you for a few minutes. Maybe you can be on the floor and just get your proper playing time. For you to be an all-star center or have all-star seasons and be relegated, see, I almost messed up, relegated to sitting on the bench through a playoff elimination game? Bust. I don't want to hear nothing else from nobody. I don't care what happens from this point forward. Bust. He's a bust. Sorry. I think that he gets traded. I think that Kyle Kuzma probably gets traded if, the right deals are out there or if a better player is available. I think Pope is traded if there's better opportunities. Kings are looking for greener grass. They should at this point. I don't know what direction what direction are you even going in? De'Aaron Fox should definitely be gone. If somehow they get another point guard, what's the direction? What are you aiming for? I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's weird. I don't know. And then it doesn't matter to me, in my opinion, if Embiid plays if they don't win a championship, in my opinion, I think, or if they get bounced second round, which is a possibility against Atlanta, it doesn't matter if they make. I don't see them working. Him and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons just has these absurd stats. He's getting a triple-double one game, and the next game he's 5 for 20 from the free throw line. It's like, what? He's not scoring that much, or he gets like 10 points. I don't get it. It's weird. It doesn't work with him and Embiid. Embiid was an MVP candidate a few months ago. Now he's like, there's an injury. No, I don't. No, I just. And like I said earlier about how I feel about smaller market NBA teams taking the spotlight, I love it. I love seeing it. It's amazing. I love seeing every moment of it. And it's really just it's something that I love. I've always asked the question, like, why don't these smaller market teams win, consistently every year, or at least they get to a point that they hit a ceiling. And it's all the teams where an LA has won, or a New York has won a championship, or Chicago has won a championship, or Miami. Those teams are out. Those teams are gone. New York's on the upswing finally. Took them forever, but them being bounced first round kind of hurts. But they can still, if they can get a solid like star player on that team, I think they're a dangerous team to watch next year. But I really love seeing a Utah or a Detroit, my team, or a Milwaukee or a Phoenix, or even a Minnesota, even though they don't go to the playoffs at all. A Minnesota in the playoffs would be catastrophic. That's just, these teams have to start I want to see them in the spotlight. I want to see how they are in the spotlight. I want to see these I want to see these teams that have no championship pedigree, that have no heritage of winning. I want to see them make it. We all root for the underdog, and that's the ultimate underdog. Tired of seeing LA, tired of seeing Miami, tired of seeing New York, tired of seeing even for the NBA, let's say a San Antonio make it. You know, you get bored. You know, it's the same team making the finals every few years. So everyone's like scared and, oh my goodness, the ratings are gonna go down. Why? Curry's not in it. LeBron's not in it. There's no LA teams if the Clippers lose, which I really hope the Clippers lose. I really hope the Clippers lose. But there's no LeBron, there's no Curry, there's no major market team that's trying to make the finals now. The ratings are gonna go down. You're lying. It's different. It's unpredictable now. We don't know who's gonna make. Even with a Brooklyn and KD, the Brooklyn Nets haven't been to a championship. They haven't won consistently, and that's just, I love it. I love it.